Peperoni ripieni di tacchino. I love it when my table is full of people. A dish like this, like stuffed peppers, really fits the bill. You start with some bread. This is a good place to use bread that you have a day old or 2-day old, regular Italian bread, whole wheat bread, whatever you're eating, it's fine. Let's put the water in. And we'll let this soak, and then we'll squeeze it into the filling. So what you do is that we're gonna put all this into the filling of the peppers, and we're gonna make a sauce here. So let's start with the sauce. Olive oil. And you want a nice heavy pan, just like that, where they don't burn easily, but they have the heat perking them away and cooking them away. Let's put the onions in there. Bay leaves. 1, 2, 3 fresh bay leaves. So I'm gonna put some salt now on the onion and let that slowly wilt while I prepare the peppers. These are beautiful peppers. The more colorful, the better the dish is. Let's just cut the tip right off. Just like that. Clean a little bit on the inside. And let's just cut this off right here. That's it. That's another one. Okay. So we have the peppers ready, the bread is soaking, the sauce is cooking. And you know, stuffed peppers can be made with all different kinds of meat, with beef, with pork and beef. I chose turkey. You know, we're all trying to eat lighter. The turkey is really great. And I add some vegetables in it. The importance of eating vegetables, we need to really fit it into our family's diet. So I'm going to grate it because I want it to be nice and small. I'm grating it, and that's fine. But you could put it in the food processor. This looks good. Can you go smaller? Yeah, you can go smaller. Depends how evident you want to make your vegetables. And then you can always chop this up and throw it right in the sauce. I have the zucchini. That's it. And the zucchini is a soft vegetable, so I do want it a little larger, just like that. And usually you see me, you know, use the San Marzano tomatoes, and they're delicious. They make the sauce, and that's perfectly fine. But this, I'm gonna use passata. The Italians use a lot, passata di pomodoro. It's San Marzano tomatoes, which are milled into smooth sauce. Yeah, right. This is the passata, usually right here, like this, you buy it. Tomato sauce, nice and dense. I always use an abundant amount of water to clean it so that I don't waste anything, but also to extend a little bit the sauce. Okay, so let me put this on the side. I told you I was going to use this, you know. Lydia doesn't waste much, so I'm going to put this right into the sauce. And this will disintegrate right into the sauce. Now, this, what am I doing with this towel? I'm trying to get the water right out so that the filling doesn't get too watery. Okay, this is good juice. Here we go. Good to the last drop. And here, we're gonna make the stuffing. Let's get the bread back. I'm gonna squeeze the water out of the bread and kind of break the bread right into the filling. Moving on with the filling, and I like oregano in stuffed vegetable dishes. And I'm gonna put a little bit in the stuffing and a little bit in the sauce. And you buy this dry oregano because, you know, I like my fresh herbs. But as far as oregano, I like the dry one better. And that's it. Has a lot of good aroma. Let's put some in the stuffing and some in the sauce, just like that. Now I have the oregano here. Let me get some salt for the passata sauce. And now we can assemble the stuffing. Let me get the eggs first. I want to whisk the eggs. And the eggs are the binding elements. They will hold everything together. A little bit of salt. Let's get it right in there. Parsley. And chopped turkey right in there. And my hands are clean. You can put gloves, but I can really mix it well, just like that. That looks good. And an abundant amount of cheese here. Okay. Okay. Let's stuff the peppers now. So, do not overstuff the pepper. If you overstuff it, it will crack. So just stuff it enough, because the stuffing expands as it is cooking. If you do not want to eat bread or carbohydrates, rice is very good for the stuffing. You can replace the bread with the rice, but part cook the rice. The rice takes a longer time to cook, and you want it to be nice and mellow in there. This is a good measure, just right for 6 peppers that I have here. You can always turn whatever's left over into meatballs and just plop them in the sauce along with the peppers. So I'm gonna wash my hands now. All right, that was fast. So I'm gonna put a little fresh pepper in the sauce. You know, I like my peperoncino, but fresh pepper is good for this. And try to nestle the peppers next to each other so they hold each other up. Here we go. Now bring it to a boil right here on top, but you can finish it up in the oven. 350 degrees, cover it, and for about 45 minutes. After 30 minutes, you can uncover it, and you're ready. 45 minutes, in an hour, you can sit down for dinner with a whole crowd. And let's put it in the oven. Whenever I get a chance to sit down, I like to check on you guys, so let's do just that. Deb and Dorothy. After watching your show, our family decided we would try to gather on Sunday and invite you by making one of your recipes. Well, thank you for the invitation. Here is a picture of my 90-year-old mom, Dorothy, with your lentil pasta soup. We made it surrounded by pictures of her grandchildren. Oh, that's wonderful. God bless you guys. Stay together in the kitchen. That always works. Our question is, which recipe would you make for a big family? Usually big pot recipes are the best. Soups are great, and you can add, you know, sausages in there or ribs in there. So you not only have the soup, but you have a contorno, as we say it. But certainly, you know, a big pot of sauce and meatballs, or sauce and sausages, chicken cacciatore, all of those things are easy because you can make them. They stay nice and moist. You reheat them when the crowd comes, and voila. And you can make additions to it, whether you make polenta, whether you make mashed potatoes, whether you make some pasta. Stretch that pot to serve a lot of people. And say hello to Mom Dorothy, Grandma Dorothy. The peppers look delicious. They are done, and I am hungry, and I bet you are hungry. So let's get to it. First, we'll bring some to the table. So I would do this. That's a nice one. Okay, some sauce over them just like that. So here we are. Let's bring this to the table. And even if you have a long table, you put 4 here, 4 there, and everybody helps themselves. Now, stuffed peppers go great with mashed potatoes. Yes, you can serve it with polenta, you can serve it with some pasta, but the best is mashed potatoes. Absolutely, just like that. And some sauce. You can serve them like this. Certainly put the extra mashed potato right here. And now it's Lydia's turn. Oh, I'm gonna go back to the table. What can I tell you? This is good enough for Lydia. Look at this big boy here. So I'm gonna let you get into this pepper. Look at this. How bello, magnifico, buonissimo. Ay, 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 I don't know which side to turn. Maybe I'll start on this corner. And this, you need a substantial wine. I have some Dolcetto from Piemonte. It is a red wine that has a lot of body and it goes great with tomatoes and acidity. Let me taste this. Nice and sweet. I'm gonna invite you, as I always do. Tutti a tavola a mangiare. A casa mia una grande tavolata, a big table full of family, friends, and whoever wants to join.